Mohenjo Daro is one of the greatest archaeological treasures of the ancient world. Mohenjo Daro lies in the Sindh province of present-day Pakistan, in the Larkana district, on the right bank of the Indus River. It flourished during the mature phase of the Indus Valley Civilization approximately from 1900 BC to around 2500 BC, though some evidence marks its origin earlier and its decline somewhat later. The name Mohenjo Daro in Sindhi means Mound of the Dead. Although the site had been known locally, its significance was revealed only in the early 20th century. Excavations began in earnest in the 1920s, under the auspices of the Archaeological Survey of India, particularly led by John Marshall among others. In 1922 the ruins were formally recognized, and soon after large-scale excavations exposed its wide-strewn mounds and sophisticated urban plan. What sets Mohenjo Daro apart is its remarkably advanced urban planning for its time. The city was laid out on a grid system, straight streets intersecting at approximately right angles, blocks of housing laid out in orderly fashion, and large public spaces. The city is generally divided into two main parts. The citadel, the raised mound on the western side, which housed the public and administrative buildings. On this elevated platform were structures like the Great Bath, large halls, and possibly granaries or meeting places. The citadel mound in many places rises 6 to 12 meters above the lower city. The lower city, more sprawling with residential neighborhoods, smaller lanes, workshops, marketplaces, wells, and streets with drainage. Construction materials were generally baked bricks of standard size, as well as mud bricks. Some houses were more elaborate, with inner courtyards, possibly upper stories or flat roofs. Many houses had private wells, bathing areas, and latrines. One of the most famous structures is the Great Bath, a large public or ritual bathing tank, waterproofed with bitumen, a tar-like substance, with staircases leading down from both sides. It is often thought to have had ritual or communal significance. The drainage and sanitation systems of Mohenjo Daro were highly developed. Major streets had covered drains, wastewater channels, soak pits, and numerous wells. Nearly every house had access to clean water and some bathing facility. This reflects a societal priority placed on hygiene. Though much remains unknown, what is clear is that Mohenjo Daro was part of a sophisticated civilization with strong organization and an extensive trade network. There is no definitive evidence of palaces, temples in the sense we see in other ancient civilizations, nor of kings or monarchs. Political structure seems to have been more collective, perhaps governed by councils or elites. Artifacts include beautifully made pottery, various ornaments, the famous dancing girl bronze, seals bearing animals or possibly symbolic creatures, and evidence of craft specialization. Religion remains somewhat speculative, gleaned via artifacts, ritual bathing, great bath, possible worship of fertility symbols or mother goddess figurines, animal motifs, and perhaps reverence for trees and water. The economic base included agriculture, grains, possibly cotton, trade both internal and long distance with Mesopotamia and other regions, crafts, metallurgy, copper, bronze, etc., beadwork, pottery. Around 1900 BCE, signs of decline begin to show. Many Indus Valley cities including Mohenjo Daro were gradually abandoned. The exact causes are not definitively known, but several theories are considered. A change in the course of the Indus River, which would affect water supply, agriculture, trade routes. Environmental degradation, soil salinity, overuse, droughts, or climate change. Flooding and tectonic activity. There is archaeological evidence that Mohenjo Daro suffered from severe floods. Some sources assert that Mohenjo Daro was destroyed by a nuclear explosion. Skeletons were found on the streets, apparently caught unburied, suggesting a sudden catastrophe. Certain structures, bricks, pottery or clay vessels were fused together or glassified, allegedly from extremely high heat, claims like 1500 degrees centigrade, over a localized epicenter of destruction. Reports claim elevated levels of radiation in skeletons or at the site. For example, one alleged skeleton said to have 50 times normal background radiation, which could suggest nuclear fallout. Mohenjo Daro remains vital for understanding early urban societies. Its layout and public works show that already around 4,500 years ago, people were capable of large-scale planning, engineering, public sanitation, and civic life. Its discoveries, seals, weights, artifacts, helps scholars trace trade links, culture, religion, technology, art, writing, though the Indus script remains undeciphered, and daily life of ordinary as well as elite people.